So about a week ago, I showed you guys this incredible Star Wars animation on the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel. It's called Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, and it's kind of like an anime-style retelling of Star Wars' most iconic moments. The series features the original actors and dialogue from all the films, and even shows us some brief moments we've never seen before in Star Wars, some scenes that were created just for this show. Because it's cool, because why would you not want more Star Wars? And one thing the series does so well is flashbacks, showing a character like Yoda or Palpatine and moments from their character arc in a quick series of shots and flashbacks. It's really unique to this series. So today, what I wanted to do is go through 10 of these episodes you need to watch. 10 can't miss moments from Galaxy of Adventures. There's about 50 episodes in total, and although they're short, there's still a lot to watch. So instead, I figured you guys could just watch my favorites.
She's fast enough for you, old man.
Hey everyone, it's Andrew.
How you doing, you old fuck?
So in 10th place, we have the episode titled Boba Fett the Bounty Hunter. This episode opens with Bosk, Dengar, IG-88 and more other bounty hunters. And what I love about this one is the way it cuts between different planets and scenes so quickly, and we actually get to see Boba in action. From capturing bounties in what looks like the Coruscant underworld, to tying up Luke on Jabba's sail barge on Tatooine, to jumping to lightspeed as purple and blue stars flash past on Boba's helmet. In less than a minute, you understand Boba's character, the Lone Wolf, and get a small snapshot of his life and dealings. And then it ends with that classic line from Vader.
I want them alive. No disintegration.
And if you missed it, I made a video the other day about the first ever appearance of Boba Fett in this Star Wars animation. It's actually pretty decent. You can check that out in the top right corner.
I take it you have no love of the Empire.
I don't.
Well, neither do I.
In 9th place is Chewbacca, the trusty co-pilot. Chewie and Han are being chased by an Imperial Star Destroyer, but need to fix the Millennium Falcon if they're going to survive. And what I love about this one is that it uses audio bites and dialogue from several different parts of the films and pieces them together to build this scene. Some of the dialogue comes from A New Hope and different parts of Empire Strikes Back, like when Han is trying to fix the Falcon while still in Echo Base on Hoth.
How's this?
And when they eventually try to make the jump to lightspeed, classic Star Wars moment. 8th place goes to Luke Skywalker's lightsaber training, where Luke is training with the training ball remote and his lightsaber aboard the Millennium Falcon. This one builds the suspense of the scene, and then we get this. It's great seeing an alternate version of this scene, seeing Luke get beaten up and this sequence being dramatized. It's hilarious. And then, as Luke puts the blast shield on, we enter this dark, mystical space, and the scene takes a different direction. And that's what I think is really great about this series. It gives us a different look at these iconic Star Wars moments, and focuses on bringing out the deeper meaning in each of these scenes or characters. 7th place goes to the episode titled Han Solo Taking Flight for His Friends. This one starts with a conflict between Luke and Han in A New Hope.
Why don't you take a look around? They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
What good's the reward if you ain't around to use it?
And then we get a drawn-out version of the scene between Chewie and Han after they've left the Rebel base, and the Rebels are about to attack the Death Star. We see the conflict in Han, having left his friends to fight on their own. And then, after a pause, we see the change of heart, and get this incredible action sequence of the Millennium Falcon making its assault on the Death Star. The Starfighter battle animation in Galaxy of Adventures is incredible, so much fun to watch. The vibrant colors, the contrast of red and green against the black of space and gray of the Death Star, it's stunning. And we get the destruction of the Death Star, Han and Luke having saved the day. 6th place is a recreation of one of the most badass scenes in all of Star Wars. This one is called Darth Vader Power of the Dark Side, and it gives us an animated version of the scene from Rogue One. Probably one of the coolest things in this is Vader's saber throw. He throws his saber, grabs two rebels and slams them together, and then eventually gets his saber back like a boomerang. And at the end, the lighting changes and Vader is joined by a group of stormtroopers, and then he says this.
All too easy.
I really want an extended version of this, and this isn't the last time Vader makes an appearance on this list. This series really does him justice. Gives him a lot of screen time. In 5th place, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader, which is an animated version of their lightsaber duel on Bespin in The Empire Strikes Back. I love the animation and edit in this scene. You feel every lightsaber swing and see Darth Vader's power and his strength over Luke. My favorite moment is when Luke gets pushed out the window. And then Vader dives out after him as Luke rolls for cover, desperately trying to get out of the way. And the episode ends somewhat abruptly, with Vader and Luke continuing their duel. There's actually another episode that shows what happens afterwards, with Luke getting his hand cut off. Next up, in 4th place, we have a completely original scene created just for this series. Darth Vader versus the Rebel fleet. In a red-colored star system that looks like it could even be Mustafar, Vader, piloting his TIE Advanced, single-handedly takes on 9 X-Wings, 6 A-Wings, and a Corellian Corvette. And the entire episode is just pure merciless fighter piloting evil. He killed them all, every last one of them. It's basically a full minute and a half of Darth Vader tearing the Rebel fleet to shreds. One of the most badass piloting sequences probably in all of Star Wars. And the scene uses Rebel pilot dialogue taken from scenes in several Star Wars films to give the Rebels some character and realism. And the scene ends with flames in Vader's eyes after he's destroyed everyone. I'd love to see a sequence like this in an actual Star Wars film. It'd be incredible. 3rd place on the list goes to Yoda, the Jedi Master. Starting on Dagobah with Luke's first meeting with Yoda, the episode starts quite silly, with Yoda making a fool of himself. And I think Yoda's animation makes him look even crazier than he looked in the film in this scene. But when Luke tells Yoda he's looking for a Jedi Master, we get one of the most powerful sequences in all of these Galaxy of Adventures cartoons. A flashback sequence of Yoda's involvement in the Clone Wars, on the Jedi Council, and then the fall of the Jedi Order and rollout of Order 66. And after we see Yoda fighting Palpatine and all these flashbacks, we get taken back to Dagobah. And I feel like this episode gives this scene in Empire Strikes Back a whole new meaning. It takes us back through Yoda's past and shows us what he went through and how he eventually ended up on this lonely swamp planet. In a way, it's quite sad, knowing he's experienced the fall of the Jedi Order, that all his fellow Jedi were probably killed. Incredible seeing this character arc captured in such a short space of time in this episode. In 2nd place is an episode that focuses on Palpatine. It's called Luke vs. Emperor Palpatine, Rise to Evil, which opens on the 2nd Death Star in the Emperor's chambers in Return of the Jedi, and then, just like the Yoda episode, flashes back through Palpatine's past as we witness the creation of the Grand Army of the Republic, the fall of the Jedi, creation of the Empire, and Palpatine's rise. Everything has transpired according to his design. I think it's quite powerful stuff, seeing all these significant events cut into such a short sequence. And I just love this opening flashback shot of Palpatine walking as Darth Sidious in the cloak, and then becoming Senator Palpatine as he walks through a shadow. The flashback sequence is a perfect portrayal of his rise to power and manipulation of all those around him. And I also love the way we see him aging. This episode ends with Luke, Vader, and Palpatine on the Death Star, the conflict in Luke and Vader. But such a long-spanning story between these 3 characters here. And in 1st place, we have the episode titled Jedi vs. Sith, the Skywalker Saga.
You're a Jedi Knight, aren't you?
This episode shows us the full character arc of the Skywalkers, starting with Anakin on Tatooine, then being brought before the Jedi Council, growing older as he trains with Obi-Wan, and then immediately turning to the dark side. I love how this animation basically shows his turn in a single shot, as he's first fighting with Dooku, and then suddenly with Obi-Wan on Mustafar, and then as Darth Vader on the Death Star. And then we get Luke's journey and his path to becoming a Jedi, which eventually transitions to Luke as an old man on Arc 2, with Rey holding out Anakin's lightsaber. And then at the end of this episode, we see the conflict of the Jedi and Sith, of good and evil. It brings the story full circle. And I think what this entire series does is highlight Star Wars' most powerful moments in bite-sized episodes, which is impressive. The fact it's able to capture all of these moments and condense them into such a short amount of time. One thing I just want to say is that the music music and sound design in this series are truly impressive. It really hits when it needs to and brings back all those emotions and flashbacks with Order 66 and those iconic Star Wars themes. They're used so well in this. And a couple bonus episodes I'd really recommend you guys check out as well. Luke vs. Imperial Walkers shows Luke in action on the ground on Hoth. He throws a grenade into one of the AT-AT walkers. Fun stuff. Vader vs. Hoth Rebels is another scene created just for this series, which shows Darth Vader breaching the Rebel base on Hoth. And Kylo Ren vs. Resistance Rebels depicts Kylo and the Knights of Ren taking out a group of Resistance fighters. This one is particularly brutal. You can even see Kylo putting his lightsaber through a rebel. So I hope this was helpful and you can enjoy more of the series. I've linked all the episodes down below that I mentioned today, as well as the full playlist, and I'd love to know which of these episodes is your favorite. Also, I'd really recommend you go check out this other video about the first Star Wars animation ever created, which featured the first ever appearance of Boba Fett back in 1978. You can watch that video here, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for more Star Wars gaming, and everything else. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.